I have been missing from YouTube for about 2 weeks now.
Oh, there are few things in this world that feel so good. And I mean, so good. There's back rubs. There are the feeling of winning the lottery. That feels great. There's orgasms. It's under there somewhere. And then there's that, mmm, mmm. Told you so. Oh, man, do they feel good. Woo!
That's right, that's right. And maybe you're asking, wait a minute, come on, Jumpsuit, that's kind of messed up. Why'd you do it? Why'd you do that?
Shit gets deeper. Let's dive into it. Yeah, I compared you to Jussie Smollett. You're right. Yep. JSP takes on a whole new meaning now, doesn't it? Jussie Smollett, Pablo. If you don't see my problem with it, then you're fucking blind or retarded. I don't care which one you are. Just own up to one of them. So what we're going to do, we're going to take, we're going to throw a bunch of heat and shade and some fake hate crime on a certain ethnicity? Is that the plan? It's all black people's fault. Black people jumped me for saying that I took over a gang. Did they leave anything around your neck? What did they holler whenever they went to kidnap you?
I heard, as I was crossing the intersection, I heard Empire.
South Carolina prisoner.
I don't answer to Empire. Then I heard Empire.
What's up, Wigger? Yeah, Wigger. What were they hollering at you, Jesse? I'm Jump. Listen, I can tell you right now exactly how you arrived at this place. Give me just a second. I know you're listening and you're watching. You guys both watch. You and JD Delay 5150. You know what it's like to be in prison? Sorry. Fuck, man. My throat hurts after just making a few impressions of you, but appreciate you saying you like the impressions, JD. Appreciate it. I can tell you how you guys got where you are right now. And I say you guys, I'm just going to roll you in there again, JD. Little friendly crossfire again. There's only so much shit you can say about being to prison, right? There's only so many stories that you could tell. Only so many paychecks you can get from YouTube and TikTok for this skill of I've been to prison, here's what it's like. So you start to run out of shit, right? And you got to wait on articles. And y'all, I mentioned After Prison Show, the last video, because it's really the only show, the only YouTube channel that I watch that's similar to any of this. And even he has to kind of wait for an article like that to come out to where he can relate to it, right? It's this musician, got stabbed in prison because of this awful charge he had on him for children. So boom, that's my ticket, right? You guys get to a certain point on these platforms where you run out of shit. You're just refreshing the news to see if there's any prisoner related news story that you can cover. And every now and again you get lucky and something like that happens. And you guys all fucking did your job and mentioned it. But that shit runs out. And what do? If you're the Jussie Smollett of I've been to prison and here's my YouTube channel, this is what you do. You make this elaborate plan, like he calls it. I'm just getting back at the trolls, man. The trolls wanted to see me hurt. The trolls are just probably sick. I mean, if you think about who's trolls? Is the trolls the working class that you robbed initially because you had a drug problem and you robbed them to fit your habit and ended up in prison? And then you come home and you try to make a living off the fact that you robbed them and went to prison? Some working man scrolling through his fucking TikTok and keep seeing your stupid ass talk about what prison's like and making a living off of it. I mean, come on, man. And not to mention the shade that you threw at the black community. That's the only thing right that JD said is you got to be careful what you say on the internet, because throwing that much shade at a certain fucking group of people, a certain ethnicity. I mean, you say you live in South Carolina. I'm sure, there's plenty of fine black folk down there in South Carolina that wouldn't appreciate the fact that you your whole little skit, your whole little getting back at the haters idea was all at their expense, right? You know, and you even was cocky enough to say, you know, at your rate per, you know, your CPM per your videos, that you're going to make a cool 15K off of it, right?
Creativity program on TikTok, $1,000 per 1 million views. Instead of getting hurt and sad and heartbroken at these trolls and haters, I profited off them.
Just like they talked to you about whenever you went through the court system, is their victimless crimes and things, right? I'm sure you've heard that term. This isn't a victimless crime, sir. You made 15K off the backs of the black community. So now the black community have another fucking mark on them from your stupid ass saying that you got kidnapped and jumped because they're so possessive over their prison gangs that they won't even allow some fucking white pasty boy to talk about possibly taking over their gang in prison. Are you guys following me with the problem I have with this yet? If you don't get what I'm talking about, walk directly into traffic. But does this get more interesting? It does. Because JD, even though, hey, listen, you're a hospitable guy, you got my comments and you're like, hey, man, no hard feelings. Hope you get numbers, whatever that means. You know, I don't play that politics trying to get the upper hand on me anyway, but appreciate the effort that you jumped in my comments to try to save face. But which is it, JD? Is it that he tricked you like you tried to say today in this video?
This motherfucker right here. Oh, hey. Jumpsuit Pablo here. This is the point where I say, yo, I got.
Or 3 days ago, whenever he put out the video with the fake bruising and everything, and you said to us,
all right, y'all, so I talked to Jump, and he's alive, but he's pretty tore up. Like, he's barely making sense, and he's frantic, and he's waiting for his girl to come pick him up right now. So Jump is going home.
Yeah, that's right. You said you just talked to Jump. You just talked to him. And he's so scrambled, man. And he's so worried, and his girl's coming to pick him up. This is a scary situation. What? What's going on here, man? God, this is embarrassing. And I don't know how you have such a following in a community and nobody can catch this. I mean, dude, you're worse than I thought you were. I mean, I knew you were lame for co-signing some fake shit like this, and you're like, man, this is serious, man. Jump was talking about a gang, man.
I'm here to tell you right now, there are real-life consequences to going online and talking shit about gangs.
And now you can't do this, man. And then you come out with a video, I just talked to Jump, man.
All right, y'all, so I talked to Jump, and he's alive, but he's pretty tore up.
And that's why you got caught in that's why you come on my radar to begin with. And I told you that in the comments, you got caught in the crossfire because you're the only dude I found that was in the same genre of TikTok, YouTube topic that was co-signing this bullshit. That was like, oh, man, I just talked to him, man. He's pretty roughed up, man. He's in bad shape, man. But now you want us to believe that he got you too? You're like, man, I didn't hear from him. And you're literally in this latest video replying to a comment that Jump left himself saying, sorry he never responded to you, but he had to for the bit.
This motherfucker right here.
But yet you told your audience 3 days ago that you did talk to him and he was pretty roughed up.
Also, I talked to Jump,
adding to the fact that this is all real, right? Y'all are lame, man. And you're going to continue to run out of shit to talk about how it's like, what was it like in prison? I mean, you've already stooped. And that's what I'm talking about. Is the reason Jumpsuit went here is because he's already stooped low enough to make videos with the title of, was I turned out in prison?
Did I get turned out in prison?
Where do you go from there? You got to go Jussie Smollett from there, y'all. Anyway. Here's my official bow. Oh, anyway. Thanks, y'all.
Let me explain.